Radical.
Welcome to Flea Market Stories, documenting one man's journey into the world of flea marketing. Now, this day, I had a lot of stuff. And I gotta be honest with you, it was really messy, like really sloppy. Just my placement of everything on the table, the time it took me to get everything set up. I just felt over encumbered, and maybe that was in due to me actually having to go through and price a lot of the Xbox 360 games, saying to myself, hey, I'm gonna, save some time, and I'm actually gonna go and price and do all this stuff with the 360 games while I'm there early on. But yeah, I don't know. One of my worst days as far as actually setting everything up. The placement of everything wasn't on point. I still made almost triple digits that day, but I feel that I could have done a lot better. Now, the day before started with the one female that I talked to about Squidbillies coming over to my table asking me if I had more Squidbillies stuff to sell, right? Well, today, I guess he was off of work, but her boyfriend was with her the entire time. So she didn't come over to my table to talk to me. Partly maybe because her boyfriend was with her the entire time. Her boyfriend actually would come over at times and actually look over the stuff I had on the table, and he seemed interested in some of the stuff. Didn't buy anything, and he said actually that that DVD was quite interesting, the Dr. Katz DVD, and he's actually been watching the DVDs with her. So I have the situation to where I'm like, okay, I really do. Part of me would like to bone his female, and I think she would like that also. I mean, I went over there a couple times to talk to him and ask them how they're doing at their table, and she looked at me with a huge smile, just a huge smile. And yeah, so there's that going on. But then the other part of me, the other thing that's in my pants is my wallet in the back of my pants. I'm thinking, okay, these are potential future buyers of stuff. So then there's a fight between the two things in my pants, and I'm not sure. I'm probably not gonna bone her, even if she would want that. Probably not going to. Probably not going to. And it takes a lot of self-control. It takes a lot of self-control. Yeah, it does. But I'll still probably flirt with her time and time again. I just don't know. You ever have that fight that goes on between like money and your junk? Yeah, you ever been in that situation? If you have ever, leave it in the comment section down below. Okay, talking about some sales, I really bet heavily on pushing the DVDs. And it sounds weird to say that you're pushing DVDs in 2022, middle of 2022, and everything with streaming so big. But if I build a dedicated base of buyers of DVDs, then I think there's something here. I mean, I don't have to pay that much for them. I go to Goodwill, I go to some places that have them discounted, like a buck or two. If I find the right ones, yeah. I mean, like anime DVDs, like, certain big movies from the 80s and 90s. Back to the Future, that's always going to be a big seller. RoboCop, Terminator. If you have those movies, and I'll tell you why. I think I mentioned this before. The movies that are big sellers are sought after. Those are the ones where if you go to Goodwill, you'll see the disc missing. Yeah, like the Terminator 2, disc was missing in that. I went to Goodwill a couple days ago, and literally like all the Disney movies, the discs were missing in all the Disney movies. So there's certain discs that are sought after. And then there's certain crap, which I have a lot of crap romantic movies and stuff like that I discounted to like $1. But yeah, there's one couple in particular that came by, and keeping with the theme, it's not really a theme, it just happens a lot of times, is I got some hungry eyes. I got some hungry eyes from the wife or girlfriend of this one guy, and he's scrawny looking guy, had like a lot of weird tattoos, missing a couple teeth, didn't really take care of himself, but she took care of herself. And she looked at me the way like she wanted me to take care of her. So again, we have like that fight going on, and it's not that much of a fight because I am there to sell things. I am there to make money and potentially, build the flea marketing business. And they did buy some DVDs from me. So I did make sure to look away from her and look directly at him because, she was like dead set, looking at me like dead set. The kind of look that a woman gives you, like, please take me away from this man. I will move into your house right now today. With that kind of awkward look. What else? I sold some games. I sold two games to this one guy. One of them was Watch Dogs 2. And actually, this other guy I was talking to helped make me a sale for that game because we was talking up Watch Dogs. And we was talking up Watch Dogs, how it's kind of like Grand Theft Auto. A lot of the great things about Watch Dogs 2. And he winded up, paying, well, it's $10, I think. Most of my Xbox One game's $10. But he bought that one and another one, two for 20 there. Then there was a kid that came by and he was looking over the table. And he didn't have any money on him. So I said, hey, you've been looking at that Just Cause 3. And he talked about how he has Just Cause 4. He just really wanted Just Cause 3. And I said, well, I'll tell you what, since you really want Just Cause 3, I'll give you that one for $8. I came back from 10 to 8. And he's like, well, I don't have any money. I was like, well, go get some money from dad, come by, get it. Not coercing, but I'm like, okay, well, go to your dad and get, some money. And he came back, he had a 10. But what I did was I gave him $2 back, even though he was going to give 10. Right? How about that, huh? Yeah, I give people deals. I think I might have paid $15 for that years back, maybe 2018 or whatnot. So, I got some of my money back for it. And zooming ahead to the end of the day, zooming ahead here, I had a pretty good day. But then I was in the mode to actually go to tables and sell. Now, I got a tip for this one toy store that was there from my anime guy, my anime fella that I try to sell anime stuff to. I said, I showed him like some Batman toys I had, and he said they were in the package and whatnot. I specifically bought them, 4 of them for $20 on a clearance at Walmart, looking to sell them for more. And I was like, you know what? I'm just not moving these things. I don't know why. They're like sealed Batmans. I thought, there's not a market for sealed Batman toys? Weird, right? But I went down to the shop. Nice shop. He had some Pokemon cards there. He had some Evil Dead toys, which were really interesting looking. Nice shop. And keeping with the theme here, his wife there, she looked at me with those hungry eyes and she leaned over and she showed me like all of her bosoms on the table and everything. So I tried to look away from her bosoms. She was like older. She wasn't really that attractive, but still the same thing with the hungry eyes. I talked to him. I talked up his shop. I said, hey, you got some nice Evil Dead stuff here. Those are good movies. And I asked him, I'm like, hey, do you ever like buy things like sealed Batman toys? And he says, yes, sometimes. And he explains, real nice guy. He's like, well, explains if I buy something, I have to make a profit on it, of course. And I said, sure, of course. And I don't give a price. I just show him the 3 sealed Batmans. And I said, these are 3 sealed Batmans. I said that I didn't say that I bought them. I said, I traded for things and I trade some stuff for it and I acquired them and I don't really know much about them, but I figure it might be something you might be interested in. So, if you want to make me, an offer. First he said, like, you have an idea of what you want? I'm like, no, just, something reasonable and whatnot. And he thought about it and said, like, well, I've got to make some money on them. So how about $5 each? And I said, that's perfect. It really was perfect. It's exactly what I paid for them. So I got rid of them. I didn't make any money on them, but I got rid of them. Then he explains how different toys are and how some are worth more than others. And they were kind of common looking. They were common looking Batmans. He said the smaller ones that are more detailed might go for more. I'm like, I got you. I understand it. But I did see that he has some Pokemon cards, some commons. I thought about like going back there just to get some common Pokemon cards for cheap and building like maybe a folder. I think that's what I'm going to do right now. Because my 2 folders of Teenage Mutant Ninja cards, like from the movie and from the animated series, these are really not selling. So I think I'm actually going to go there and maybe get some bulk common Pokemon cards and, then put them in a folder.